What's happening, fam? LAR movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I put it up. Thank you, everybody, for supporting. But this video is entitled America Isn't a Melting Pot Financially. See, people think about integration and America being this land where cultures and races and cultures come together and build something together. But that's not the case, because what normally winds up happening is it's not a melting pot financially. You know, if you take every demographic for their population size, they probably don't control anything near their population size. You know, so, and you know, you give or take, you know, some people might do a little bit more, some people might do a little bit less, but financially, this is not a melting pot. The bulk of the wealth is not mixed in, the wealth isn't mixed in between races and cultures and religions. It's not. The land isn't divvied up in that way. It's not. The ability to do business is not divvied up in that way. And it was intended to be the way it is. You know, when people try to be successful who don't fit the all-American stereotype, they'll be met with some type of resistance. You know, maybe these people that they're sending back over the border, maybe they were getting a little too popular and making a little too much money. That's resistance. You know, when Arabs are making too much money, they call them terrorists. That's resistance. When Asians, you know, when they start being, you start seeing more and more Asian faces, or there's resistance already, but you're going to see more of a vitriol towards them. You know, and ultimately, what is this about? Like I talked about this before. I feel like, well, I don't feel, I believe that racism is a business model. And everybody follows the business model. Any kind of ism you under, it follows the same protocols as capitalism. Capitalism is primary, but that business model, capitalism, has a business model that's built into racism. You know, everybody is doing things for financial gain. And they're using racism as a way to do it. Or the model of, let me demonize this person so they can get screwed over and I can get benefits from that. You know, I can get ahead while they're stuck behind. That's the premise of everything. So this is why I say America isn't a melting pot financially, because too many businesses are set out to destroy particular groups of people. It's not like when people are breaking up monopolies. No, they're conglomerates and companies who just eat up the competition. But that's not necessarily how America works financially. You know, you undermine other groups. You do whatever you can to put them in a position to lose. And you'll say it's a dog-eat-dog world, it's capitalism. Yeah, but what you don't see is the reverse of that, where people are going outside of their way to make sure another person is successful in capitalism, because you need the competition. You know, how often do you see the Bill Gates, Steve Jobs story? And how often does that cross racial lines, or gender lines, or cultural lines, or religious lines? How often do you see that? You know, that's not that's an anomaly in this country. What you normally see is a hostile takeover. You know, under the guise of let's do business. So ultimately, you know, this country is lies when it says it's a melting pot, and we all know that. But again, I'm making this video about it specifically. All these groups who say they need protections. If they feel unprotected, feel like it costs you, you got to pay for that. You know, you made my day a life miserable, so you got to pay me. Now, the problem is some of these groups and people went too far, like went way too far. And now they're asking for things that you just can't get. Like, forget the country's in debt. It's just, you can't get it because you're reaching. You're really severely reaching. So that's the problem. Now, another thing. This country is in a melting pot financially because all of the, what do you call that? All of the symbolic figures in this country are not scattered around like the melting pot of a country. You know, the Statue of Liberty was originally a black woman. Made him take the face off of it. You know, from then to now, you got the could have been Statue of Liberty, and you got the Martin Luther King statue. I don't know of any Hispanic symbolic figures and stuff around the United States of America. Maybe y'all can enlighten me. I don't know of any Asian ones. Maybe you can enlighten me. You have a few women, I think a few black women, if I'm not mistaken, but maybe more. Maybe you can enlighten me. You know, that's the thing. Like, this place is not integrated like that. I could bet that they have more Confederate statues and symbolic figures in the United States than they have of every other group that's non-white combined. I would, for me, that would be a safe bet, in my opinion. You know, because this is just the way. But I live in the South, so, you know, this is just how. Maybe not, but you know, many times people talk about the statue of the guys pulling up the flag like this. Those are actually black men that did that, but the statue don't say so. That military statue changed the whole thing. You know, so this country is the same way. Like, everybody else takes credit for everybody else's work. So what we doing? Is this really a melting pot? Can everybody be successful the same way? No. Now, success in America, to a degree, has to do with maybe the class you were born into, but also your work ethic and your skill, and maybe you got a few breaks, maybe you didn't. Who knows? But the one thing I do know for sure is this: there are people who work harder than other people who wind up not winning like other people. There are people who have more skills than other people who wind up not being able to get compensated like other people. There are people who are far more intelligent than other people and actually do things and actually are behind financially, is what I meant to say. Just like, this is why people tell everybody go in business for yourself, because you can directly get paid for your abilities. But the problem is, you're going to be looked different looked at differently because of this. You know, you're not going to be treated fairly, probably because of whatever it, you know, whatever race, gender, religion, nationality you may be. Because financially, you know, it's not really a melting pot. People don't want to see other people win financially in this country. It just is what it is. So on that note, I'm done with this one. Peace.